Hello, some of my favorite people. Are you ready? Okay, we are in our textbook on page 135, and let's go.
Defining relations. Teaching the mathematical practices. You can use math to represent the relationship between two sets of numbers. For example, suppose you recorded the number of minutes you spent driving for your driver's training course each day for a week. You may use the set brace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and brace to represent the days and the set brace 30, 45, 20, 40, 45, 90, 60, and brace to represent the minutes.
Notice how he said brace. It's very important that you are using braces during this section and not parentheses. The only time we use parentheses is when we are indicating that it's an ordered pair. Braces will be what we will represent our relations, our domain, and our range.
The relationship between the sets pairs each day with the time driven that day. This pairing of the numbers is called a relation. The set of days is the domain of the relation and the set of times is the range. Credit. What?
So a relation is a set of ordered pairs. Okay, so any set of ordered pairs is called a relation. The domain is the first number in that ordered pair or your x values. And then my range is going to be the second number in the ordered pair or my y values. Okay. And we'll move on of how we can represent these. We can represent them as mapping, we can graph them, we can make them into a table. Some of our relations can actually even be written as equations. Okay? If you look here, a relation can be represented in a graph with a table, with a mapping, or as an equation. So this right here, this part right here, the domain and range, those circles, this is called a mapping diagram, where it says domain, range, and it has the arrows to 4, 2 to 4, -6, 9, 1, 9. Those arrows represent your ordered pairs. Okay, so if I asked you to find the ordered pairs from this mapping diagram, you would have, where's my pencil? You would have 2, 4, you would have -6, 9, you would have 1 and 9. And then we end it with the brackets. Those are the ordered pairs represented in that mapping diagram. That domain is our x value. So my ordered pair would be 2, and then wherever that arrow draws, that's your y value, your range. Okay? We can also graph them on a graph, which it does down there. Okay? Right here, it has all of them graphed. This set of ordered pairs, the 3, 5, the -4, -2, and 0, 2, actually have an equation that represent them. Okay? The equation is y equals x plus 2. So it's giving us x values, our domain, and to find our y values, all you do is plug in that x for it. So if I had y, I want to find out what my range is when my domain is 3. I plug in my domain. And I solve. I'll get y equals 5. So my ordered pair for this one would be 3, 5, which we could see right there. Okay? If I plug in -4, if my domain is -4, my range would equal -2. So my ordered pair would be 4, -4, -2, which it has right there. And if I plugged in 0, zero plus 2 equals 2. So I'd have 0, 2. And that's what we got for this one too. So if we're given an equation and it gives us domains, to find those ranges, all you need to do is plug in each domain into the equation, and it will output your range. Okay, it will output your range. That's how we could do that. Okay, and then we have the mapping diagram that represents it, and a table. The table is just having X as our first column, Y as my second one, and you just list them, the different ordered pairs. Okay. All right, example 1 on page 136. Okay, on 136, it's saying it wants us to make a table, a graph, and a mapping diagram. So the table, we have X and we have Y, so we look at our ordered pairs. My next X is going to be 0, and that Y, when I plug in 0, gives me 4. I look at the next ordered pair, I'm going to have 3 and -5. And then my last ordered pair is going to be -3 and -5. If it would just stay there. Hey, come on. What is going on here? Okay, so it is supposed to stay like that. Okay, we can also graph. Okay, it says 2, 0, so I'm going to take this dot. My X is 2, so we go here. 0, we stay right there. Then I have 0, 4, so I'm not moving left or right, but I'm going up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my next one, we have 3, and I'm going down to -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have a -5 down here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 goes right here. And my last ordered pair is -3, -5. So if it's negative, I go this way and I go down. And that's where those points should be. Okay. And then last, my mapping diagram. We should have all of our domains written down in the first circle, all the ranges written down on the second circle, and then we look at our ordered pairs and we draw a line to it. So I have 2, 0, I have 0, 4, I have 3, -5, and -3, -5. Okay, domains are the first numbers, ranges are the second numbers, your Y values. All right, favorite people, time to practice on your own.